We are team inspiration from Dhahran Aliyah School. I'm the student Sale Sabhi.
ياسر بليلة
جواد مبارك.
and حمزة الأهدل.
This is our robot. It contains 2 motors, a color sensor, 2 wheels, and the brain over here. We did a plan to finish all the missions in 4 runs, so we needed a good design. First thing, we thought about the battery. What if it died, then it malfunctioned, then we have to detach the robot, and that would take a long time. So we added this simple solution where we do this, and remove the brain, then remove the battery, put it back, then twist this, then all done. Then we have the 2 motors, motor A and motor E. Motor A controls the spiral. This spiral has helped us a lot in a lot of different missions, especially in the scuba diver. We had picked up the scuba diver and put it back in the coral reef. Then in motor E, it has this hand. It moves like this. We added gears to make it 90 degrees and not 360. Then we have this color sensor. This color sensor when it takes the color white, it does the submarine mission.
Now I will demonstrate a part of Run 2. As you can see, the arm lifts the mast to complete the mission. And the spiral hangs the submarine. That's it.
So now we're gonna talk about all of the attachments we made. First, this attachment, which helps us if we're gonna collect something. For example, the shrimp. If we move, for example, go back, we're gonna leave it. So we've made this attachment to close in on it, and so when we turn, it will turn with us. We've made a copy of it, so because we're gonna need it on the other side of the mat. This is plan B for the same attachment. It's not gonna collect most of the attachments at once, most of the collectibles at once, but it is a more safe solution, as it's always gonna block the shrimp for moving.
I've created this simple solution to complete the Feed the Whale mission. You load up the shrimp inside, and then you pour it inside the whale. And this mission, this attachment, is to complete the coral nursery mission. And this is the trident collector to collect the trident.
This is where we put the attachments, as instead of connecting it with the pegs, it's either you can just slide it out and slide this one in. We also made this attachment for to put the samples and the trident into the boat. Just position it and then make the robot hit it, and it goes in.
Now I'll explain the code that allowed that run to work. So, the first part is the starting point, where we just prepared the robot to start with the missions. The next important part is the raise the mast. The robot will have to do a 90-degree gyro turn, which is one of the main components of our code, then move away from it 1 centimeter and go forward while raising the hand. The next part of our run is the coral reef mission. For this mission, we have to hit to the coral reef from above so the coral buds flip over, and we also have to place the scuba diver. Speaking of which, this is the code that we used for it. We have to place with the motor A, that's the spiral. We'll use it in order to push down the scuba diver with 18 rotations so it lands perfectly on the handle. Now to explain the color sensor that we talked about before, the color sensor will wait until it detects white in order to do the submarine mission. As soon as it detects the color white, it'll move back for 60 centimeters, and then motor B will run for 1 rotation. Thank you for listening.